Welcome back to We're Having Fun, the podcast where we're having fun. I'm Mark. Hello.
Hi, I'm Krista.
It's a serious podcast today.
We're very, very serious today.
Yes. What's up?
It's spooky season.
It's spooky season. We're all frightened. We're thrilling. We're chilling. We're villain.
We're grilling.
Oh.
I wish.
Yeah, very nice. But yeah, it's October. Mm-hmm. Some people's favorite month of the year.
Are you saying that's my favorite month?
No. I was
Okay.
saying some people.
Okay.
People love the Halloween season, the October season.
I mean,
and it's a big time.
I like the Halloween season.
Yeah.
But it's not my favorite month.
Yeah, it's the Halloween season. So dip-dee-dip, doop-a-dee-doo. It's a weird song.
Don't forget the skeletons too.
Anyway, so any new news going on? I feel like there is some new news. What's the new news?
I don't know.
Oh, Armor Wars is now a movie instead of series.
Okay.
They said, hey, we're just going to go ahead and make this a movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. I'm still not excited about it. I don't know.
No.
I really just can't get into it. I hope it's good, but I just don't care at the moment.
Deadpool 3
Yeah.
was announced.
With Wolverine, apparently.
Yeah, with Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
That's exciting.
I didn't watch the second video.
You didn't?
No.
It was pretty funny.
I didn't see, I say I didn't watch it. I did kind of watch it. It was playing on my Twitter feed, and I kind of watched it, and they were doing their little
Yeah.
fight kind of thing.
Yeah. They were like, all right, we're going to give you the timeline of everything, what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. And then a song just played over it so you couldn't hear them, and they were just talking about whatever. But what they were saying was nonsense. I watched somebody do a lip reading video of it, and it was just like, they're just
making stuff up.
Yeah. So.
Okay, cool.
But that's exciting. Apparently, what was it, 23 or 24?
I can't remember.
Can't remember either. But I'm looking forward to it. The Blade director lost its... Nope. The Blade movie lost its director.
The Blade director lost his movie.
Yeah. I mean, I guess technically. Mm-hmm. So that's a shame. But it's another movie I don't really care about. Like, I think it'll be fine, but
yeah,
I'm not too worried about it. Mm-hmm. But we'll see what happens. Say next week Werewolf by Night comes out.
Yep.
We're all very excited here for it. Everyone's losing their minds.
I'm losing my mind.
Well, I think that's all the news. Yeah.
There probably is some stuff that I'm just forgetting,
Could be.
As far as I know, though, that Flash movie, still happening.
I hate that movie. It just needs to stop. Just stop. All right. Well, let's go ahead and talk She-Hulk for this week. Episode 7 of 9.
Yep. 9?
Yep.
I thought it was 8.
9.
Oh, God. They're getting too far into my spooky season. Stop it.
What's scarier than a green monster?
A green monster that's actually scary?
The Fenway Park one? The baseball one?
Yes.
It's big.
I forgot that's what that's called.
That's my green monster. Hashtag not my green monster.
I just saw something today. This, I guess, kind of goes into the new news where people are, like, speculating who is gonna, like, if they're gonna actually do a Thunderbolt, like, in the Thunderbolts, if Thunderbolt Ross is gonna be in there.
Uh-huh.
And who would play him.
Yeah.
Because the original actor who played him passed away.
William Hurt, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so they were like, well, who's going to replace him? And some people were like, oh, Harrison Ford. Like, I don't think Harrison Ford's going to do this.
Yeah.
I think he's tired.
Just bring in Sam Elliott from the original.
Hey, I would be totally down for that. My mom probably also would.
I would be too. I like Sam Elliott. He's great. But what's that for? Oh, Thunderbolts.
Because it's called Thunderbolts.
Yeah, but it's not named after Thunderbolt Ross.
No, but...
You don't need him.
No.
Just bring in Martin Freeman's character. He's a Ross. I can't remember what his name is. Gerald or something.
Martin
Ross.
It's not Martin. Yeah, John. I think it's John. No. I don't think it's John.
John Ross.
He's John in
Ross
Sherlock. Because I'm like, I know he plays John in something. His name is Bilbo Ross.
Yeah, that's it. Nailed it.
I'm just gonna mix them all up. Bilbo, John Ross.
Yeah, Bilbo Ross.
He is gonna be in like Secret Invasion or something, though, right?
He's gonna be something. Yeah. What if he's a Skrull? Probably.
I'm gonna go into that one just thinking everybody's a Skrull, so
yeah,
that's probably the way to go.
So yeah, She-Hulk.
Anyway, She-Hulk. So Josh is back.
Josh is back again. He's such a good guy.
My favorite character.
You hate him. You said you hate him because you hate love, which was weird. You took a real stand. You're like, I don't want her to be happy. If I'm not happy, she's not happy. I'm like, you're not happy. Then we had a big fight.
Where's this coming from? Oh, I think you're projecting.
This might have been a dream I had.
You do have some weird dreams about me sometimes. Some weird
dreams. I had a dream that I was watching a movie. And like it was the movie. I was just like sitting and watching what was happening. And it was The Office, but they were inspecting some weird paranormal activity in this basement. And John Krasinski, or Jim, I guess, he was Jim in this. He might have been John Krasinski, I don't know. He went downstairs and there was this weird glowing ghost, and he said he tackled it, and it was there so that they could see. And Pam was there. She was very impressed. And then it comes to find out John Krasinski had lied because he just wanted to make things interesting for Pam that there was a green radioactive ghost downstairs. And then I just watched this movie happen. So that was my night.
Fun. Oh my gosh.
So anyway, you hate Jen. I don't know.
I thought you said I hate Jim at first. I was like, no, I don't.
Yeah, you hate Jim and Jen.
I also don't hate Jen. No,
Nobody
I just
does. Jen's great.
Did not trust Josh from the get-go.
Yeah, it was very convenient.
It was very obvious to me.
Yeah.
It's like, this random guy is just gonna come up and start talking to her at the wedding and be like absolutely perfect. I'm like, this don't happen.
Okay. You don't actually meet people you like. That's ridiculous.
I hate everyone.
It's a stupid thought that you'll meet somebody you can fall in love with. What a dumb premise.
Oh, jeez.
So anyway, yeah, it was convenient. I did want him to be good though, because she's so nice. I just want her to be happy. Just be happy. But
it's definitely not going to be with him.
Well, we'll see. We know. But it starts out really well. They're going on dates. Mm-hmm. They're almost kissing.
Yeah.
Don't kiss. And then they kiss a lot.
And then they go straight to the bedroom.
Yep.
Not just a kiss.
Yep.
I was like, dang, okay.
Yeah. So she has a good night, wakes up pretty happy. He's gone, which is a weird, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
If they leave without saying goodbye or anything, that's kind of like, okay.
At least that other guy that was dating She-Hulk, at least he stuck around after.
Because he was expecting She-Hulk.
Yeah. And then the next morning he's like, oh, okay, I gotta go.
That guy still doesn't make sense.
No, exactly. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, and she sends him a text and is like, hey, I had a really good night last night.
I'm just still smiling.
Yeah. And nothing.
Yeah. Which they give her a lot of crap for that text, but that's not a bad text. Come on.
Yeah.
If you really like somebody, you've been out with them for a while, come on.
Exactly.
You can send a nice text.
So, anyway, this is the point where I was like, I can't remember if you said it or if I did, but I think one of us said that she was being ghosted, and I was like, well, it is spooky season, so we gotta have something spooky in this episode. Yep. So she's being ghosted.
Yep, very spooky.
She gets a call. Well, actually, I'm like skipping so far forward because she tries to talk to Nikki about it and everything, and Nikki's like, stop looking at your phone, just forget about it for now. If he wants to text you, he will.
She's very obsessed with it. I thought maybe he was dead. I thought if he was a good guy, he might have gotten, like, abducted or something.
You said he was dead. I said, no, he was kidnapped.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I said
you were very matter of fact.
I said it very convincingly.
No, he was kidnapped.
He was kidnapped.
He's gone.
And Mark's like, what? How do you know that? I'm like, no, just guess it.
He was kidnapped. I thought I'd missed a scene.
I'm like, no. I'm like, he'd better be kidnapped. It better be the case.
Yep. Better be evil or kidnapped.
Exactly. Those are the only two choices.
The only things I'll put up with at this point.
So she's waiting around. He never does text back. She wakes up, like, I guess it was like a Saturday or Sunday morning. I don't know exactly when.
Yeah, I feel like it was a Sunday.
I think so. Her phone's ringing, and it is the parole officer.
For Emma Blonsky.
For Blonsky. And he says that there's a malfunction in the inhibitor, and he needs to go out and check on him, and he wants a Hulk to go to help out just in case he's, what's it called?
The Abomination.
Abomination. I wanted to call him Annihilation for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But just in case he's Abomination, she can take him down or whatever.
Which the cops weren't willing to go with him. It's like, why? I don't know.
Don't know.
Maybe they didn't want to see Abomination either.
Maybe not. Who wants to see Abomination? I mean, come on.
I think it'd be fun. Wong does.
Wong does.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. I mean, Wong was technically only dealing with him so he could become Sorcerer Supreme, but...
That's true. That is true.
So, they go out there, and it turns out that he had, like, touched an electric fence or something, which made it malfunction.
Because his chicken got loose or something.
Exactly. So he was going after his favorite chicken.
Miss Silk Feathers or Princess Silk Feather.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So they get it all fixed up. Parole officer leaves, and Jen is about to leave, and suddenly a fight breaks out.
Yep.
Between
Man-Bull
and El Aguila.
Yeah. Which I've never heard of these guys, but apparently they're comic characters.
Okay. I also have never heard of them, but it would make more sense for you to have, because you actually read comics more than I do, so.
Yeah, I think they're pretty minor characters, as far as I know.
Like a dinosaur.
Oh, that's a huge character.
Good. I still hate that so much. Character. Anyway, so they crash into her car while they're fighting, mess it all up.
Okay, go ahead. Mess it up. Yeah. Right.
What did you even do?
Crash into me.
Oh, jeez. I couldn't tell what you were doing. I thought we were trying to make a dinosaur sound.
Oh, no. Only if dinosaur shows up.
Okay. Anyway, so they crash into her car while they're fighting and mess it all up, so she can't leave. She's stuck there, and there's no cell service, so she can't even check and see if, she doesn't even know if she can possibly text anybody or check texts and stuff. Because she's still obsessed with it.
Yep.
So she's walking around trying to get a signal, and she stumbles upon this building.
Meeting, yeah,
where they're doing a group meeting inside, and it's the two that we've already said.
It's the only place that has cell service, apparently.
Yes, so that's why she's there. And also there is a guy named Porcupine.
Yeah, which I know Porcupine. He's a goof. He's a weird villain. I don't know what his deal is.
And then there's a guy named Saracen.
Yeah.
And he thinks he's a vampire.
Yeah, I don't know anything about him. I think he fights the Punisher a lot.
Okay.
But I don't know. I don't know if he's really a vampire or not.
I mean, he was later. He's outside in the daylight, so
that is true.
I would assume he's not, or if he is, it's a different kind of vampire.
It's true, but he really wants to drink some blood, though.
Yes,
he's pretty heavy on that.
Yes, exactly. So they're doing their little meeting and everything, and she's just kind of sitting over to the side. And I literally zoned out during all of it.
Well, we did like Emma Blonsky's decorating scheme where he put up a bunch of quotes by him of just
today is today.
Quotes, yeah.
I can't remember any of the other ones.
I don't know. They were dumb, though.
But it was like, make your dreams a reality or something like that. It was like,
achieve everything.
Yeah, achieve everything. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, weirdo.
It's very Michael Scott. I love it. So, yeah, and then she kind of gets dragged into it.
Well,
first somebody comes in.
Yeah, she's listening to them and everything, and I can't remember if she's making any comments or anything. But
yeah, she is. She's at least making faces.
Yeah, but then the door opens, and the last person in the group walks in, and she recognizes him because it is Wrecker.
It is. He's the crowbar guy.
Yep. So he's one of the guys that jumped her in the alleyway.
Yeah.
That she beat up and everything. And he's changed. He's turned over a new leaf. He doesn't want to be a bad guy anymore.
He gave up on that.
Yep.
Weird turn. Just out of nowhere. I didn't trust anybody.
I was going to say, you did not trust anybody.
I didn't. I still can't believe it worked out.
So she attacks him, and they then have to go to therapy themselves.
Yeah, she has to get the calming chair or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And so she has to talk about Josh, basically. And how she was so excited because it was somebody who actually liked Jen. And he didn't know anything about She-Hulk.
Yeah.
And she was all excited about it and everything. And she tells them what she texted, and they make fun of her, kind of. They're like, oh my gosh, why did you put that? That's terrible. And then she had texted him again, because she didn't know if he was if something had happened to him. Yeah. And they're like, oh my gosh, why did you do that? That's even worse.
They weren't that bad.
No, it wasn't.
They were. But yeah.
But anyway, they eventually talk her into deleting his number out of her phone, and she does, and they're all like, yay, and so they celebrate and everything, and she goes into the yurt.
She also becomes Jen.
Yeah, she turns back into Jen.
Drops the She-Hulk figure, and they're like, we like Jen.
Yeah.
I don't know about him, but we're fans.
Yeah. It
was nice, but I still didn't trust him. I thought they were getting her into her Jen form so they could stab her with one of those syringes.
Yeah.
And just be like, gotcha.
Gotcha.
Because it was just too convenient. I don't know.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, so she has her little time in the sweat lodge. She comes out, she's feeling better. Yeah. And then she's like, all right, it's time for me to go. So she heads off in the wrecker, in the truck. In the tow truck. Yeah, the tow truck, towing her car along. And then it flashes back to 3 days before. And it's the end of the date. She pulls Josh in, and then while she's sleeping...
he gets up, gets dressed, copies her phone. Yeah.
And then takes a picture of her sleeping.
Yeah, that was weird.
Real creepy. I'm like, dude, don't do that.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
Not fun.
And then texts somebody as he's walking out, basically, that he got her blood.
Yeah, her emojis like syringe.
Blood.
Green. Green something. Face.
Yeah, something that's like thumbs up or something. Yeah. I don't know. So, yeah, he got her blood.
Yeah, we didn't see him get the blood.
No.
So we're not sure what happened there, but...
No.
Yeah.
And he walks off, and that's the end of it. Is that picture going to show up on Intelligentsia?
Probably.
Is that how she's going to find out that it was him?
Probably. Yeah, I imagine.
And now she's already deleted his number.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
So now she'll never find him again.
She'll have to call her friend. Be like, who was Josh?
I don't think he was actually invited to the wedding.
Probably not.
But yeah, so Josh was the bad guy.
He's a bad guy.
Duh.
Very disappointing.
Disappointing, you're disappointed in Josh?
Yes.
Or the episode?
I'm not mad at him. I'm very disappointed.
I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
No, the episode was fine.
Okay.
I liked it just fine. It was interesting, helping her come to terms with herself and learning to like herself, because they were saying how she needed to spend more time as Jen and not She-Hulk and just appreciate herself. So that was good. Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. Apparently Josh is the bad guy. Who'd he get the blood for, though?
Yeah, it doesn't say.
I don't know.
Still don't know who's the boss.
Tony! Angela.
Oh, we gotta stop with that. No more Tony. No more Tony Dancer jokes.
Oh, no,
we gotta stop.
No, never.
I can't believe there are 9 episodes. I thought there were 8.
You're so upset about this.
I was like, yay, we're gonna get to end it, and now it just keeps going on. Forever.
Yep. 9 is forever.
It's too much.
Is this forever?
Oh, man.
Just 2 more.
Yeah.
All right. Well, should we move on to our main attraction movie?
Sure.
Did I have any? No, I didn't have any notes. about She-Hulk.
Okay. I thought you were going to say you didn't have any about Hocus Pocus 2, which is the movie we're covering today.
Yep.
Okay.
Hocus Pocus 2.
This is probably the least amount of notes that I have had for any movie since we started.
Wow.
Other than there may have been one movie early on that I had no notes for whatsoever.
Yeah. I wasn't the biggest Hocus Pocus fan when we watched it back. I was like, yeah, I could see how, it's good for kids and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not like I was like super excited about this movie, but I was like, we should probably watch it still. And then I heard the screenplay writer on podcast I listened to, and she was talking about it. I was like, okay, I'll watch that. It got me a little more into it because she just talked about how like all the actresses really liked being together, how they had so much fun together, and I was like, that's really nice. And as not a Bette Midler fan, even I was like, that's really sweet. Good for Bette Midler. Got her friends.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't know what to think coming into this. But I at least had that.
I was not looking forward to it.
Yeah, that is true. Because
we were like, should we go ahead and watch it this week? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. Because I was like, I just have a feeling I'm going to watch it and I'm going to absolutely hate it.
Yeah. We'll see if you did.
We'll see.
But what happens in this movie?
All right, so we start off. It's the old Salem village, whatever.
Yeah, back
in the old days. And we have young versions of the Sanderson sisters.
I thought they did good. I thought they were good little actresses, honestly. You did not. Wow.
I don't know. I kind of hated it.
Why? What was wrong with them?
The thing that I didn't like the younger version of Winifred. And I think it's because she made me think of Heather Matarazzo, and I don't like Heather Matarazzo. She was in like The Princess Diaries as Mia's best friend, and in that movie she's like, basically the way she acts is she just shouts all the time. It seems like it's like even when she's whispering she's shouting somehow, and I've just never liked her.
I mean, Bette Midler shouts a lot too.
But I don't know. I mean, it was okay, I guess, but
I thought that young Mary, she committed to that mouth.
She did.
She was nailing that.
The only thing is, it was the wrong side of the mouth.
I mean, yeah. She changed as she grows up.
I guess so.
And this is like her only thing she's ever been in. I looked on their IMDb's, and yeah, so she's coming in hard. She's like, first acting thing, I'm going full mouth on this.
I was pretty impressed until like when it shows adult Mary, I was like, oh, that's the opposite side of the mouth. But I mean, still, she committed.
Maybe adult Mary got it wrong. I feel like Mary swapped. She would go back and forth.
I don't know.
I could be wrong. I thought that maybe young Sarah could have been a little ditzier, maybe.
Yeah.
She didn't really play that up too much.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Sarah overall was ditzier in the first movie anyway.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but we get to see that Winifred really values her sisters in this.
Yes, because
she loves them.
Yeah, they're going to take her away because they think she's a witch.
It's her 16th birthday. They made her a Jell-O mold that they had just come up with.
Yeah.
It's like, how'd you do that?
That was weird.
They did like pig marrow or bone marrow or something in water, and they're like, we made this. Yeah. How'd they get a mold of it? I don't know.
I mean, they could have... It was like a bundt cake mold, so I mean those were probably around at that time.
Were they? I don't know.
I don't know much about the 1600s, so
yeah, we haven't done our research on that. And they got her a spider,
yes,
which I thought that spider was going to come back later.
I did too.
It did not.
It did not. I was so surprised because like there's literally a point later in the movie for that spider to come back.
We need a petrified spider.
I'm like,
cool. They're going to find that spider.
It's gonna be that spider.
Yeah. Nope. Did
not find that spider.
Because they come and get the girls, right? Because they think Winifred's a witch.
They think Winifred's a witch, and they're going to take her away, and they're going to take the kids, the sisters, like, away from her.
Yeah, basically. They're going to go live with another family, and she's like, no.
Like, no. And so they run off into the woods.
And the spider gets loose and gets on the preacher, who's played by Tony Hale. Which I love Tony Hale.
I was pretty excited to see Tony Hale in there.
Yeah. I thought he did a good job in this movie.
Yeah, I liked...
a jerk as the Reverend.
Yes, because he plays 2 different roles. Mm-hmm. And he was very much a jerk as the Reverend. Yeah. But I liked him as his other character.
Yeah. So the spider gets on him and he's freaking out. And I was like, what?
Well, first of all, the spider is still in their little cabin and jumps off of the table. And when he does, it sounds like it goes...
It was such a weird whole thing. But yeah, it does get on him. So I thought, he's going to like trap the spider and it's going to be one of those things that like they keep it around as a thing. It's like the devil is a spider or something.
Yeah, or something like that. And then later they find it at the house and that's the petrified spider.
Right, because there's like a museum in the future and it's like, nope.
Well, I was thinking they would find it at the mayor's house because the mayor's the descendant and they've just kept it through the years. Yeah. But no.
Nope. That spider's just gone.
It's gone. We don't see it again.
Yeah. That was a shame.
Yeah. So they run off into the woods together to get away. Mm-hmm. And while they're there, they do their little calming circle or whatever. Yeah. And then a witch shows up. The witch of the woods.
The mother witch.
She's been flying around as a bird.
Oh yeah, she was that bird,
wasn't she? Yeah, she was that bird.
So she's there at the end of the movie? You think that's her?
That bird at the end of the movie? I don't know. If so.
I forgot that she was the bird.
Because it shows that bird like later. Yeah. So maybe.
She's just been hanging around this whole time.
She's like, I'm just going to see what happens, you know. I don't know.
Because they have to like eat children. So she's just been eating children this whole time and then just going bird.
She just went full bird. Yeah,
ate a kid, go bird.
I guess so.
Wow.
So all those children that have been going missing in Salem throughout the years, it's just her just eating them.
Yep.
So she like sniffs Winifred because she's gonna like eat them to keep herself young or whatever. Right. And then she sniffs Winifred and she's like, I don't know, it was weird. She was like, ooh, magic or something.
It was weird that she sniffed her.
You're a witch too. Yeah. And then basically gives her a book. Yeah. The book from the first movie.
She's like, here you go. Just make sure you don't cast that one spell.
Magica Maxima or something like that.
Maximum magic.
So she's like, don't do it. The book doesn't want you to do it. The book's going to try to keep you from doing it.
You'll get in trouble.
It's a bad idea. Don't do it. You'll get in trouble.
Yeah. And they're like, okay, we promise.
Okay, sure. We won't do it. And then it goes to modern day. Mm-hmm.
Modern day.
So we meet Becca and Izzy.
Yep.
And it is Becca's 16th birthday.
Yep.
They're at school together. They have another friend named Cassie, but she's kind of left them behind to be part of the cool crowd.
She's with the cool kids.
Yeah, she's like dating the football player or whatever.
Yeah, the only football player.
I mean, later he's dressed as a football player, but he's like a zombie football player. So I'm like, was he really a football player? Or am I just like,
he was.
He's like the popular guy.
Yeah,
the popular kid.
He's at least got a letter jacket, so he's playing something.
Okay, so yeah, they go. She's planning a party at her house because she knows that her dad is going to be at the festival, and her dad is the mayor.
Yeah.
Tony Hale.
And he has to go get an apple.
He has to go there because
he loves caramel apples.
There is this specific booth there that does caramel apples. Yeah. And they do the best caramel apples. And he has to wait in line for like hours for that caramel apple. Yeah. It makes me think of Pretzel Day. Stanley and Pretzel Day in the office.
Pretzel Day. Honestly, caramel apples, super overrated. I don't think they're that great.
I'm not really that big a fan either, but mainly because of the apple part.
Yeah, I mean, it's a sour apple, which seems, it's just a bad choice. But then, like, the caramel, it's like the ones I've had at least, are like too sticky, so you gotta kind of work your way through that, and it's just like...
Well, the thing is, you get a caramel apple, and you try to take a bite, and you take a bite, and all you get is caramel and nuts because you can't bite. It's so sticky caramel that you can't even bite into the apple. And then you finally do bite into the apple, and it's like, ooh, this apple's mushy.
Oh,
I got a bad apple.
Oh, maybe that's the secret of Sandy's success, is she uses the best
Only
apples.
The best apples.
Yeah.
And the best caramel and the best nuts.
Yeah. Apparently chocolate on there.
I don't know.
Maybe?
There was all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
I got a caramel apple at Disneyland.
Okay.
or was it Disney World? I can't remember. One of the bakeries in there on Main Street, I think it was. And it had all kinds of stuff on it. Because it was like, it had caramel, it had chocolate, it had pretzels, it had peanut butter, I think. It was just all kinds. It was like basically a take 5.
That was pretzel day.
It was like a take 5, but on an apple.
Yeah.
And then the best part is they were like, well, I mean, it was huge too. I mean, it was like the biggest apple I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And then take it back to the hotel and don't have an eye for anything to like cut into it. You couldn't bite into it because like the pretzels, you would try to bite into it and they would just cut the inside of your mouth. So I was like, how am I going to eat this?
Very dangerous apple.
It was a dangerous apple.
They didn't even need to put razor blades in those apples.
Right?
The pretzels will
It
get you.
felt like they were already in there. So yeah, it was not a fun experience. But once I did finally get into it, it was okay. It just took a while.
Yeah.
I can't remember how I actually eventually got into it, but I did. I must have found some way. So
yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I guess some caramel apples are pretty good, but I don't know. I wouldn't wait for 2 hours in line for one.
No way. There's way better like carnival food than
I'd be like, just give me some cotton candy, I'll be happy.
Yeah. I'd rather just get an apple, honestly. If it's a good apple. That way I don't have to work so hard. I'll dip it in caramel. That's good.
I would say, how about you just give me some caramels? Just a handful.
A handful of caramel's good.
I'm good.
I'll just chew on these for a while.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like a deconstructed candy apple or caramel apple.
Caramel apple.
Yeah.
Oh, there are also candied apples.
They are.
Don't like those either.
Yeah, I don't. Those are worse, for sure.
Anytime you just put an apple on a stick and dip it in something, I'm like, I'm not interested.
I always find that candied coating they put on there is not good. It's not good candy. No. So it's just, I don't know. Seems like an old practice that should have died a long time ago.
Anyway, so we just got so off on a caramel apple tangent. But yeah, so that's his plan for the night. So Cassie's gonna have a party while he's gone.
Yep.
And it's gonna be boys and girls. Oh my god.
Oh no.
So she's
doesn't
gonna
have a mother either. Didn't really think about that.
Yeah. So she's gonna have to. So she's gonna be doing that. So she's gonna miss out on the birthday celebration or whatever.
Right.
What's her face?
They used to always go out in the woods together.
Yes.
Have crystals, I guess, and just have a movie marathon. Which didn't they do that in the first movie? Wasn't that a thing of having a movie marathon? Or am I thinking of another movie?
I don't remember a movie marathon.
I can't remember. What movie was that? I don't know. Maybe it was one of the Fear Street movies or something.
I don't know. But yeah, I don't remember them watching any kind of movies.
Well, this one, they're bringing it in. It's in the lore now. Movie marathon.
Oh, okay. I guess so. I was not paying attention for part of this movie. I don't know. I just couldn't get into it until later. So they go to the house, the old Sanderson sister house, and of course it's still the museum and everything. The guy that works there is named Gilbert.
Yep.
He tells the tale of the Sanderson sisters, and then of course he says, they returned 29 years ago when a virgin lit the black flame candle, and but that was the only black flame candle, so they can't return.
He has the book strapped down.
Yes.
To where he's like, I'm not worried about people getting in. I'm worried about it getting out.
Yeah, and it's got like little bars over the eyes. It looks like it's strapped in like Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
So it's weird.
Yeah, and Gilbert's played by Sam Richardson, who I really like. Okay. I think he's a fun little actor, so
is he in
good
Veep?
to see him.
Is he in Veep?
Maybe.
Was he in Veep?
I kind of think so.
Which is funny, because Tony Hale also was.
Yeah. I didn't watch a lot of Veep, so I don't know for sure. Okay.
I feel like he was in it, because I know I've seen him somewhere, and I think that's where I've seen him.
Yeah.
So, he's selling, like, all this witchy kind of stuff, replicas of the books and all kinds of stuff like that. And he gives Becca, since it's her birthday, he gives her a black flame candle.
Yeah, one that he made. Yeah, he's just like, for your 16th birthday, it'll be fun. Yeah. Which, it looked so odd and stuff. I would have been a little worried about it.
Well, she was like, this looks messed up.
Yeah, it looks terrible. And it is.
Yeah, but she took it anyway. And they also get some, like, you know, crystals, and they get some angelica leaves. Because it's supposed to, like, break a curse or whatever.
Yeah.
So they're like, it's just, you know, crap, but we'll grab some anyway.
Yeah.
So...
Angelica.
Eliza. And Peggy.
Sanderson sisters.
Oh my gosh. Winifred.
Mary.
And Sarah.
That would have been good. They really should have done that. Would have been good.
Yeah, it would have been interesting.
Yeah.
So they go off.
Oh, he also has a black cat.
Oh, he does have a black cat named
Cobweb.
Yeah.
And we're like, Thackeray Binks is back, baby.
No.
Even though we know who the real Thackeray Binks is.
It is not Thackeray Binks, because, of course, Thackeray Binks went off to be with Emily Binks, his sister.
Yeah.
So, no Binks the cat.
Yeah.
Just Cobweb the cat, who can't talk, so automatically just so much worse.
Yeah. Yeah. And at times you're like, oh, he's maybe helping out or protecting.
Oh, yeah, it's like...
But he's really not. He doesn't do a lot.
I mean, there are a couple of times where it's like, yeah, that cat knows what's going on.
And then there's a few times where I'm thinking, like, is he against them? Or I can't tell what side he's on.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, I don't trust that.
I don't trust that.
Zachary Binks.
Exactly. So,
Zachary Links.
Zachary Links. Okay. So they leave there, go out into the woods to do their little ritual. And they light, one of them, I guess it was Becca, lights the black flame candle and
starts sparking a lot, like it's a sparkler or fountain firework thing. Okay. And they're like, oh no, we're going to set the woods on fire.
Yeah. I mean, it's a legit concern.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, dang it, Gilbert. So they put it out.
So they put
with
it
some water.
They did put it out?
Yep.
So it was able to be put out?
Yes. And then it relit as an actual black flame.
Okay. I didn't see that.
I know.
Look, I just wasn't paying attention for the first part of this movie. I'm sorry. I had other things on my mind. Honestly, I was just kind of like, I don't wanna. I was pouting in the corner, okay? That's what was happening. I don't want to watch it. It's gonna ruin the first one.
The magic of the first one.
It's just not gonna be the same.
I haven't seen one kid die yet.
This is bullshit.
I want some hangings.
Oh, God. No. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. So, I wasn't paying the most attention at the beginning of the movie. Honestly, what I was doing was trying to figure out what I was going to draw for Inktober. And I just ended up not drawing anything. Yeah. So
you're like, I don't want to draw. What if I don't like it?
I drew something and it looks stupid. So I'm just not going to do it anymore. Yeah. I was in a mood last night.
Apparently.
I was just being a big old baby. It happens.
We all have our baby days.
Well, yesterday was mine. Oh my gosh. I just want to sit and read fan fiction.
Why do we gotta watch
a movie? Why do we gotta do a podcast? Oh, jeez. People are like, oh, God, we're skipping this episode. This is awful. So, they hear singing in the woods, because I think Sarah starts singing her little Come Little Children song. Yeah. Which she got from the other witch in the woods, because when she showed up at first, she was singing that. So, yeah, that's them. They're back, and then they start singing.
Yeah, they did. They went full singing.
They come out, they start singing, they start doing a whole full, like, performance. Yeah. Of The Witches Are Back.
Yeah, they're dancing. They're teleporting around.
Yeah, you do know what the actual song is, right?
Bitches Are Back.
The Bitch Is Back. It's an Elton John song.
Okay.
But, yeah, they changed it to The Witches Are Back, which means all these kids are going to be like, oh, that's such a cool song. What's the original? And they're going to be like, Okay.
If you hadn't said it, I wouldn't have assumed it was a knockoff of another song. So
okay.
I imagine the kids would be like, "The witches are back. This is an original song."
Yeah,
that's how it goes.
It is not.
Yeah.
So yeah. So they teleport over to where the girls are, and they're like, "Ooh, children!
Let's eat them up."
Exactly. And so they're like,
actually, I'm 40.
I'm not a teenager. Yeah, exactly. And they just basically tell them, well, we've been eating children too. That's why we're so young.
And you don't even need to make potions anymore. They have them pre-made. They call them lotions.
Yes, because she calls for the book and the book doesn't come to her. And they're like, it's okay. You don't even need the book anymore. Yeah. So they take them to Walgreens.
Yeah. Big Walgreens plug in this movie.
Right.
We're going hard for Walgreens.
Yeah. So they take them to Walgreens.
It's a huge Walgreens too.
Yeah.
Like too big.
And they tell them that the potions are on aisle 4. Mm-hmm. So they walk over there. They just start drinking.
Yeah, they're just
lotion and stuff.
And they like it.
And stuff. And they do. They're like, tastes wonderful.
Yeah. And they get accosted by some cosplayers as them. And they're like, "You're our heroes. Oh my gosh. Let's take a picture.
Just like you. Can we get a selfie?"
Yeah.
And so they've got it's got a filter on it. So they look really good and everything. They're like, "Oh my gosh, we look amazing. It's working already." Yeah. And then unfortunately they look up and they see themselves in the mirror,
in the security mirror,
and they're all distorted and everything, so they freak out about it. Yeah. And the girls, one of them says, we should get some salt because salt will stop dark magic or whatever. Yeah. And so they're chasing the girls down in the store. And they throw salt around so that they can't get to them.
Yeah, and they zapped out the lights too.
Yes. And so they're like, well, we can't do anything, so let's go find the book or whatever. Yeah. And because we're going to have to make the potions, the potion. So they there's a broom there, so of course Winifred grabs the broom. Sarah has a Swiffer.
Swiffer, yeah.
And here comes Mary on 2 Roombas strapped to her feet. Which, honestly, did make me laugh. And that was the first part of the movie where I was like, okay, now I think I'm into it. I guess I'll watch this.
I like Roombas.
Okay, the Roomba bit's funny.
And it was. I did like her just floating around on Roombas.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. And
it was.
I was like, okay, this is my kind of ridiculous. I wasn't in it before, but now I am.
Yeah. I'm in.
Oh, man. So, yeah, she's on her little Roombas. They're flying through town, and they go to the museum. Oh, actually, they're just going around looking for the book or whatever, and the girls go to the museum. Yeah. And they're talking to Gilbert, and Gilbert's like, "Oh, you saw him!" Oh, my gosh, and he's so excited, because he's a fanboy. Mm-hmm.
And the book's woken up, the eyes open.
Yeah, you find out that he was there 29 years ago and saw him fly around.
And followed him
and everything.
Saw him get destroyed.
Mm-hmm. And so now he's been waiting for him to come back.
Yeah, because he had no friends. Yeah. I don't know why this makes him happy about witches, but whatever.
I don't know. He's like, they're just misunderstood. Yeah. It's like, bro, no. So he made the black flame candle and gave it to Becca so that she could light it and everything.
Yeah, apparently the book told him how to.
Yeah, because he's like, oh, not he. They were like, but why didn't you light it yourself? And he's like, I mean, come on. Do I look like a virgin to you? And I'm like, yes, no.
Dang. No. Poor Sam.
It's a joke.
I'm going to tweet him. Sam.
Don't you dare.
She said something.
I mean, for somebody who spends all of his time working at a witch museum. Yeah. Making black flame candles and stuff. I mean,
I don't know.
I guess some people are into that.
Get some goth chicks in there.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Those girls who were dressed as them are probably
It seems to be a big thing there. So
there you go. All he's got to do is say, "I work at the Sanderson house," and he's got girls all over him.
Yeah. And those drag queens, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, so he takes the book and opens it, and when he does, of course, it shines the light up. And they're like, "Close the book, you idiot!" But it's too late. They've seen it.
Yeah, and he's happy about that.
Yep. They show up. He's like, oh my god, I'm so excited to see you.
Yeah.
And, of course, the girls are still there. They get trapped in the cellar, or the dungeon, is what they're calling it.
Yeah, and they curse them.
And they throw them down there.
Yeah, down the stairs. Like, dang, dude.
It looked like it hurt.
They took a tumble,
They
man.
did.
Those stunt people really went for it.
They really did.
I feel like you could have done it so much easier.
But my gosh. So, yeah, they get thrown down the stairs, and they're cursed so that they can't leave.
There's no way out.
Yep, so they, like, start trying to run up the stairs, and the stairs disappear. They can't get out. There's, like, a window, but they can't get out of it.
Called Cassie, but she can't see or hear them.
Mm-hmm. Because they're FaceTiming her, and she's like, oh, it must just be a butt dial, you know?
Yeah.
So they're like, the curse even works on phones!
Curse God with the times.
I guess so. So, yeah, they can't get out. They're stuck down there. And they
make Gilbert help them out. They've got to... They're going to do that spell.
They're going to do the Magica Maxima spell. And, yeah, they get him to help. They basically curse him that if he doesn't have all the ingredients by the end of the hour, because they have like a little hourglass, then he'll die, basically.
Yep.
He's like, okay, well, I don't want that to happen.
Yep.
But they have to have these certain ingredients
to like
do the spell.
Head of a ex-lover or something like that. Witch's butter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh.
Juice of some berry and...
Petrified spider.
Yeah, petrified spider.
Because that's where we're like, yes, that spider's coming into play.
They're going to bring back the spider that we all love.
Oh my god.
Pew, 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 pew.
And no.
Nope. Doesn't show up. They have to win a prize spider.
Yeah.
That's like stuffed. It's not really even petrified.
It's like a little squeaky toy kind of thing.
I don't know how the spell worked.
They were like, maybe they won't notice.
Yeah. It's very loose on its requirements.
Yeah. And of course, when they're talking about the head of the ex-lover, Sarah's like, oh, I have to go find a lover.
Yeah,
like,
we can go get new lovers.
It was like, no, just Billy Butcherson. Yeah. just dig him up and take his head. There we go.
Yep.
So they've got that, and then they have to figure out the other stuff.
Yeah, and they're going to go, what are they going to do?
They're going to go find the mayor.
The mayor. They got to get the blood of an enemy.
Yes, because that's the last thing they need. Yeah. And they see a picture of Mr. Trask, the mayor, and they're like, it's the Reverend.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's his...
descendant.
Yes, his descendant.
They look exactly the same.
They do. Except one of them had long hair and one of them does not.
Yep. And one was a jerk and one's really nice.
One is really adorable.
The mayor is really sweet.
Yes.
Just wants his freaking apple.
He just wants his apple. Come on. And of course, they also try to do this. They try to open the spell book, and it doesn't want them to do it at first. But I forget what happens that it decides. Okay, fine.
She casts a spell, and she pretty much forces the book to show him.
Okay, that's what it is then.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're gonna go try to find Mr. Trask. So they head off, and Gilbert goes off looking for the ingredients.
Yeah, they leave the book there. Mm-hmm. They just put it with the replica books.
Yes.
We'll be back. Yep. Come when we call you.
Exactly. Oh, and they also do see Cobweb there, and they think that it's Thackeray Binks at first, but it's not.
It's not, and he doesn't.
Because they're gonna kill the cat, and he's like, "No, that's my cat. Stop.
That's Cobweb.
That's Cobweb. Leave it alone."
I know it's you, Thackeray Binks.
Thackeray Binks. Yeah. So what happens next? There's a lot of stuff that I did not write down.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much just finding the stuff.
Yeah. Gilbert
finding everything.
Gilbert goes to dig up Billy Butcherson.
Yep.
And Billy Butcherson just pops out of the grave.
Yeah. He was like, that wasn't buried very deep.
Yeah. He's like, that's
because he
not 6
wasn't
feet under.
at the end of the last movie. He just kind of laid down.
Yeah.
In that thing, and that was it.
Yeah. And so he gets up and starts walking after him. He's like, hey, what's going on? Yeah. It's like, oh my god, it's a zombie.
He's just been there, just hanging out in the ground.
Just hanging out in the ground for 29 years.
Conscious the whole time.
Because they're like, yeah, they didn't, I just kind of fell back into the grave, but I didn't die again. I've just been awake the whole time.
That's rough, man.
Right? It's like, he can't do anything. He's just like, I guess I'll just sit
Why would you not get out?
I don't know. I would have gotten out, especially every Halloween, and just walked around and been like, well, see my costume.
Yeah, exactly.
Which maybe he has been, and I don't know.
I don't know. It didn't seem like it.
It didn't seem like it, no. So he's like, I'll help you find them, because, of course, Gilbert's like, I'm trying to stop them. Yeah. So he's like, okay, I'll help you find all the ingredients. He's lying. So they go off.
They form a nice little team.
Yeah.
They're having a good time.
They're having a good time. Having a good time. So they go off to the festival, the carnival, whatever, and that's where they get the spider. Because Billy wins it.
Yeah, just throwing like one of those Velcro balls at a Velcro sheet or something. It's like, okay. It seems like a weird game, but alright.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, Gilbert leaves him to go get the other stuff, I guess. And he's like, I'll meet you back at the house. So, all that's happening. And then also the witches get there because they're looking for the mayor. And the Roombas are still following them around. They're just like...
They have a mind of their own.
Sweeping up the popcorn and stuff.
Yeah.
At one point, Winifred sees this woman dressed as a witch, and she's like, poisoned apples!
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, that's never going to work. You're such an amateur.
Yeah,
you don't tell people.
Tell them. They won't want to eat it if they think it's going to kill them.
Which, of course, with the poisoned apple thing, that just made me think of that one of the most recent, what's his name? Adrian.
Oh, yeah.
I can't think of his last name.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Anyway, his one where it's like the witch waiting for Snow White.
Yeah.
And she's poisoned the apple. She's just waiting and waiting and waiting. Just while she's sitting there, just starts eating the apple. And it's like, oh, crap. That's a good one.
Yeah. Bliss.
Ah, yes. Adrian Bliss. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Should have known, because all of his little shorts are so blissful.
Yes, they are. They're very good.
They do make me laugh a lot.
He is really funny.
So the witches get pulled up on stage because they're doing a costume contest for, of course, the Sanderson sisters.
Yeah.
And they do not win.
They don't think they're going to win. But
yeah, they're like,
nope.
oh, we've got this.
Yeah.
But instead it's like these three young girls.
Yeah,
like hot girls.
Teenagers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there are also drag queens.
Yeah, there are drag queens. Yeah.
Because I was like, yay!
Yes.
Yes, queen. Or queens. And they're pissed off about it. So they decide that they're gonna do another curse performance, I guess.
Yeah, another enchantment song, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not really a curse. It's more of an enchantment. So they start singing One Way or Another.
Yeah.
Because they get, like, the crowd to go looking for the mayor.
Uh-huh. So it just starts a big dance line.
Yes. And so they start flying off with them. And they're like, oh my gosh, they're dancing.
They're so slow.
They're so slow. So they just fly off on their own. Meanwhile, the mayor has had to go home because of course, the girls do manage to get out.
Yeah, they put down the Angelica leaves and light them on fire.
Mm-hmm.
And then they kind of do some, like, incantation
They do
over
some
them.
hand waving.
Yeah, and Becca's hand kind of goes a little blue.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, what's going on there?
Uh-huh. And so
they're able to get out.
They're able to get out.
Stars? The stairs are appear.
Yeah, so they get out of there. They find the book, too, at one point.
Yeah, because Thackeray Binks just sits next to it.
Cobweb.
Yeah, Thackeray Binks.
Cobweb kind of, like, sits there and, like, nods up to it, like, it's up there.
Yeah.
But they don't take it with them, do they? Because something happens to it. It does something, and it flies back onto the shelf. Oh, yeah,
it tries to get away from them, yeah. And they're just like, whatever.
And so they just leave. But they're like, we'll have to figure something else out. So they call Cassie and no, they don't call Cassie. They call the mayor. They call him Mr. Trask, and they're like, Cassie's having a party, and there are boys there. And he's like, oh, no. So he's like, save my place in line to the people in front, behind him. And so they're like, okay. And he leaves. Yeah. So that's why the witches can't find him there, because he's gone back home. Yeah. To stop the party. So he goes home, he stops the party, and then he heads back because he's got to get that apple. Yep. It's very important. And he gets there, and the people that were in line behind him are sitting there with their apples. Mm-hmm. The line already made it up there. Yeah. So he's like, he was so disappointed in them. But what were they going to do? Like, right? Sorry. So he gets back in line and has to wait again. Yeah. And he finally gets there. He gets his apple. He walks off. And then here comes like the mob, and he's like, "Oh, it's a flash mob! I've never
he's so
seen
excited
it."
about
He's so excited about it.
Like, I don't know the choreography. I'm sorry.
And he goes over there, and of course they found him. So now they'll touch him. Yeah, they touch him, and it's over. The spell is broken. Right, because they found him. And then he's like, "Oh, it's the end of it. That's well, darn, I missed it." Yeah, and then he was like, "Wait, who took my apple?" So somebody took his apple.
That's just messed up.
So mean. And then he looks over, and all I guess like the caramel apple booth is closed. They've sold all the apples. Got rid of all the apples. So So he's like,
he
no!
lost out. Sad day.
So, oh, poor guy. So the witches, the Sanderson sisters, show up at the house.
Mm-hmm.
Because they follow the boyfriend of Cassie's boyfriend.
They were like, the village
They find the village.
will lead us to the mayor.
Yeah, so...
And he does.
He does. Yep. So they come into the house and they get tricked because Becca pretends that she's got the last bit of whatever berry juice it was that they're looking for in a water bottle.
Yeah.
And the others come out and do like a ring of salt around them so they can't get out.
Yeah.
They can't
cast spells.
Cast spells or anything.
Yep.
So they're stuck there.
But Sarah has a good idea. She's like, let's just sing again and enchant them and make them let us go.
Exactly.
And then they just walk away.
They walk off
like,
and...
You don't say that.
You don't tell them that you're going to put them under a spell. You just do it. So, yeah, they're stuck in there. And, of course, here comes the mayor.
Yeah.
He's driving up. They're in the garage is where they're trapped. So the garage door opens and he's like, what the heck is going on here?
Ladies?
And so he pretends, like, because they say something about, oh, it's the Reverend. He's like, oh, okay. And he just pretends to be the Reverend. And he's like, oh, no, wait, that wasn't good.
Wasn't very good. I'm sorry.
I can do that again.
Yeah.
So he's trying to be mean and everything, but he can't be mean.
Yeah.
He's too nice of a guy. So,
but he is mad. He tells him, like, I had to go get this caramel apple from the store.
From Walgreens.
It's not as good. Oh, yeah, from Walgreens. And the lights were out. The lights are never off at Walgreens.
Yeah, because they're, like, walking around him trying to, like, put him in a salt barrier, basically.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm going inside. I'm going to eat this stupid, terrible caramel apple.
And that's the last we see of him.
Yeah, we never see him again.
Oh, it's just like, where'd you go, bro?
Yeah.
Like, he did nothing else after that.
Yeah, but of course the witches do see that Cassie is his daughter, so...
Mm-hmm. She calls him dad.
Yeah.
Like, what if she had been adopted, though? Like, they would have really messed up.
I thought of that.
Yeah.
I actually thought of that when they were doing the spell later.
Yeah. Could have been what undid the spell, but nope, real daughter.
Yeah, it could have been like, why isn't this working? Because I'm adopted, you idiots, you know, or something like that. I thought she was going to be. But anyway, so they're
stuck in that circle.
They're stuck in the circle. The girls...
They go back to the bus they stole from Gilbert.
Yeah.
To get over there.
Yeah, and they're talking, and of course the boyfriend is there too.
Yeah.
And they're talking about how...
They lost Cassie to the people that make fun of him.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't make fun of you. I just think you're weird. He's like... You have rocks all the time.
Yeah, he's like, and I just tell you that you're weird to your face all the time. And they're like, yeah, that's bullying. He's like...
That's making fun of somebody.
He's like... I thought I was just making conversation. Oh no! How many people have I been?
I have so many people to apologize to.
It's like, what an idiot.
So, he's actually a nice guy. He's just really stupid.
He's just real dumb. So, while they're over there talking and everything, trying to figure out what they're going to do, the
Roombas return.
Which they call them broomies.
Yeah.
Because they're little brooms. So the broomies show up and they sweep up the salt.
Yeah.
Because they always have to clean up the mess, you know? Yeah. So, of course, that lets them out of the circle.
Right.
Able to get out. And they fly off and they grab Cassie and take her.
So ridiculous.
So ridiculous.
Yeah.
So they take her out to the woods. Gilbert shows up. He's got all of the stuff that he needs.
Because he betrayed.
Yeah, because Billy shows up at the house and sees the hourglass there and is like, oh, they cursed you.
Yeah, you're not trying to stop them.
Exactly. And so he takes his head and leaves him and grabs all of his head and all the ingredients and leaves him there.
Yeah, and his body's dumb. Doesn't know where to go.
Yeah.
Because he can't see.
Exactly. So he gives him, I guess he gives him all the stuff. Does it show it? Or does it, or
he just puts it on, he puts it on the stump, before they get there.
Yeah, so all of the stuff is there that they need. And they have Cassie so they can use her blood.
Mm-hmm. No, like, thank you, Gilbert. Okay, we don't need you anymore. And they just blast him.
Yeah, they just throw him up into the air and he just goes off into the forest somewhere.
Yep.
Falls into the forest. So they start doing the spell.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow the other sisters get powers.
Yeah.
Which they didn't have before, like lightning powers.
Yeah. Which is weird. It was something I never thought of. I'm like, did they really never have powers? Yeah. I thought they could cast spells and stuff.
I mean, they can.
Maybe they just couldn't do the blast.
I guess they just help to cast the spells?
I guess.
And she was like the main witch, so
yeah,
she was
I guess.
the one with she was the most powerful or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you never see them actually doing anything other than just being around her.
Yeah, but I just never thought about it. Like, I thought they had always just done stuff in the background.
Guess not.
No, guess not.
So Becca and Izzy show up there and they see Cassie, so they get her untied, and Izzy realizes that Becca has powers because she sees her hands glowing and everything.
Yeah.
At one point, and she's like, use your powers to help us to distract them or whatever. So she goes and like throws a little lightning bolt kind of at Winifred, and they kind of laugh because it's like, okay, that was like nothing.
We're the most powerful coven ever.
Exactly. And that's when the other sisters realize they have powers too, that they can do the little lightning fingers thing too. Mary's over here just doing like finger guns everywhere, which is really funny, especially like when she like blows them and puts them in her holsters. Yeah. Like, gosh, Kathy and Jimmy, come on.
She's great. I love her choices.
I know. She's so funny. Oh, and I do love, there was one part where they get into the house. I didn't say this, but they get into the house, the Trask house, and they're trying to find the girls, and she's like, spread out. And Sarah just starts doing the splits, like spreading across the hallway, and she's like, oh my god, you idiot, not that. So there were some pretty cute little moments like that. Yeah. Oh, and also while they're flying around the city, they pass this gay couple who's sitting there watching a movie.
Oh yeah, they're watching the first Hocus Pocus. The Penny and Gary Marshall section. Yeah, which is the weirdest part of that movie.
It was like, what the heck? They're just sitting there watching the movie. This is the sequel too.
Yeah. Maybe that one's a documentary in their world.
I don't know. It was weird. But I was like, because they're all like cute and cuddled up and watching it. It's like, oh, wait, what? They're watching Hocus Pocus? So yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
Anyway. So they're using their powers and everything, and
while she's distracting her by shooting them with the thing, Izzy's able to get her away, and then they kind of start arguing amongst themselves. Like Sarah kind of gets she kind of goes against her a little bit because she kind of shoots her with some lightning a little bit. It's like, I can do things now too. Yes. I'm not stupid. Because she kind of tells them orders them around, and she's like, no, I want to do whatever. And then they're able to like group up.
But also Becca and Winifred kind of like have a not stand down, but you know, like a, what's it called?
Standoff?
Standoff. I'm like, what word
stand
am I
down.
Stand down.
This is standoff.
Stand off. Thank you. Talking toward Winifred, saying, you don't want to do this. And she's like, actually, I do want to do this. And she's like, I wasn't talking to you. She was talking to the book, and the book chooses Becca over Winifred.
That's true. Because, the sisters, she ordered them to go catch the other two girls. Yeah. Who had just gotten away. So they left, and then her and Winifred were standing down, and book chose them.
Stand off. I can't. Stand down. Yeah. So she has the book now. Becca has the book.
She's like, I don't need the book. I know the thing.
Yeah. And so
now I'm just going to kill you.
So the girls look into the book, and they find that there's a warning with the spell that they're trying to do. Mm-hmm. And it says that to get the ultimate power or whatever, you have to lose what you love or whatever, something like that. The one thing you love most. And they're like, well, we don't need the book. So they go off and they finish the spell. Yeah. And so Winifred she
gets the green eyes.
Yeah, she gets the power. So she's got maximum power.
She's making lightning happen everywhere around the city.
Yeah. And I'm like, geez, if anybody's outside, they did. But okay. Yeah. Yeah. So she's got all this power now, and she's gonna kill the girls. And they're like, you didn't read the warning. She's like, who cares about warnings or whatever? And so they explain it to her, and she's like, well, and
they also go after the girls and start shooting bolts at them, but Becca's able to like stop it with like a force field. Yes. And then they read in there that the power is supposed to be shared among people. So they like join together and share it. And so that's why the other ones got powers, is because it was meant to be shared. So since they're all there, it shared amongst the three girls. Okay. But then it went too far.
Okay. I can't remember like the timeline of all this stuff happening.
But then then they confront
I literally have one note about this whole section.
Then they confront her about that spell that, you shouldn't have done that because you have to sacrifice what you love the most.
To get all of that power.
And then Sarah starts sparkling.
Yep. And Mary starts sparkling too.
They're vampires.
No, they're vanishing.
Yeah.
So they start vanishing and they say goodbye and everything. And
Winifred's upset.
Yep, they're gone.
It's sad.
It was actually sad.
Yeah, I felt bad for them.
Yeah, and so she's like, I didn't want this,
Yeah.
Because she wanted the power, but she didn't want to lose her sisters.
She's like, take it back. Give me back my sisters.
Yeah, she's like, is there anything that can you reverse it? And so the book, because she's like basically pleading with the book, and it opens up and it has a spell. Because
apparently whoever holds the book can manifest a spell in there, so they manifested one to help reverse it. So
they do the spell and everything, and she looks around and they're not back, and she's like, it didn't work.
Where are my sisters?
Where are my sisters? They didn't come back.
Yeah.
And they're like, it wasn't to bring them back. It was to send you to them.
Yeah.
And so she starts fading away too.
Yeah.
And she's like thanking them and everything. She's like, it was really sweet.
It was actually.
And I'm crying now.
I didn't want to cry.
I didn't want this movie to make me cry with it. I'm crying.
It was surprisingly sweet.
It was very
I was
sweet.
like, and then when all the little glitteries all wrapped around her and stuff,
because you could see in the background, you could see the glittery spots where her sisters had been, and they just kind of like twirl around her until she just turns into dust with them or whatever.
And they join up and go wherever dead witches go, I guess.
Guess they just go to hell.
But they're together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, she's been there before. She found it quite lovely. Or so she said in the first movie.
Yeah.
So so there they go. They're gone.
Yeah.
And Gilbert and Billy's body show up.
Yeah. They jump out ready to help, and there's nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing for them to do. So he puts Billy's head back on.
And he's like, oh, thank goodness I didn't have any plan anyway.
Yeah. So he puts Billy's head back on, and he starts to disappear too, because now that they're gone, all of their spells are finally being undone.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh, Billy Butcherson, Winifred's ex-lover? Yeah. And they're like, he's like, I kissed her once.
Yeah. He's been pleading with Gilbert the whole time, like, dude, once we're done with this, you gotta set the record straight that I was not her lover. We just kissed once.
We kissed once, and I guess he was in love with Sarah.
Yeah.
But Winifred got jealous or whatever,
and that's why he got cursed and all that.
Yeah. So anyway, he's like, it's okay. I'll let everybody know.
Yeah, Gilbert will tell his story.
Exactly. So
real Hamilton situation.
Yeah.
Sanderson sisters. Who lives, who dies, who tells Billy's story.
So yeah, he disappears. So there goes Billy.
Yep. Poor
Love
Billy.
of my life.
Love of your life. He looked good in this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how old Billy is in real life, but he looked like the same dude.
Yeah,
from the first movie.
I mean, it was the same dude. They did all the same makeup on him and everything.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's still doing like stuff like that. He's oh my god, why can't I think of his name? I know his name. Doug Jones, that's it.
Doug Jones.
He does a lot of like monster movie stuff. So
Monster Squad.
I don't know who's in Monster Squad. I just know like a lot of Guillermo del Toro movies, like Pan's Labyrinth. He's the guy with the hand dude.
Oh, okay.
He was in The Shape of Water. He's the fish man in The Shape of Water. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, right now he's in a Star Trek show and playing some alien on there. So he does a lot of stuff with prosthetics and stuff.
That's cool.
But his dream job, his dream acting job is to be a dad on a Hallmark movie. I'm like, oh, Doug Jones.
One day, Doug Jones.
It makes me want to be like, you know what? I'm just going to write a Hallmark movie.
Yep, just for this.
Just so I can see if I can get Doug Jones cast in it.
That would be good.
I would love it. Because that's what he wants. It's so cute.
Just give it to him. He's good.
Come on, just let him.
Just let him.
Just give him this dream. Just give him this one thing. Come on.
Not asking much.
Exactly. So anyway, yeah, I was glad to see him back.
Yeah.
I was glad to see, the other people back too, the sisters, but they were noticeably older.
Yeah, they were.
Which, I mean, it didn't bother me that much.
No, they still looked good.
Yeah. I really wish that they had some of the other actors in it, but...
Thackeray Binks, specifically.
They were supposed to get Thora Birch to come back, but she was filming something else.
She was.
And but that would have been fun to have some of them.
Yeah. And something they brought up on that podcast was, what happened to those 3 girls that stole their brooms?
Right.
Like, what are they doing?
What happened to them?
Yeah, like, we need their movie.
Because they just stole the brooms and flew off. And it's like, I don't know.
What's their life now?
Who knows? Yeah. They're like, oh, brooms! Just fly off. Yeah.
Ice didn't return. That was a shame.
Oh, yeah. Ice and... I can't remember his friend's name. Jay and Ice, yeah. Mm-hmm. Ice, also known as Ernie.
Ernie Ice.
No, it's Ice.
But so the girls are friends again. They're a coven now, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
They're just straight up witches now.
Yeah, but they'll be good witches, I guess.
Sure.
Until they turn evil.
They were the Sanderson sisters seemed to be good witches at first.
Yeah, they weren't that
good
bad.
people. I mean, they did burn down the Reverend's house immediately.
They weren't that bad.
But to be fair, the Reverend was awful.
Yeah.
They deserved a little revenge.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Anyway, so that's how it ended. They just walk off together, talking about how they're in a coven, and they started walking like the sisters did.
I love that walk.
I do too.
That's still
fun.
Such a great little thing. It's funny stuff. So... You weren't excited, but How did you feel at the end about the movie? Are you glad we watched it?
I'm glad we watched it, but I don't know. I don't know if I liked it. Oh. I don't say I didn't like it, but it was just kind of...
I actually liked it a lot more than I thought I would. I'm not saying it's a good movie, but I felt it was fun. Mm-hmm. And I was charmed. I wasn't ever just like, oh my gosh, this is stupid. I was happy, and it felt short. Didn't feel overly long, and it felt like they were all having fun. Yeah. So that was nice. And there weren't any kids killed in this. True.
I didn't really, like I said, I didn't really get into it until the sisters came back, and then I was like, okay, now I'm in this. Yeah. now I can get into this. Yeah. The other plot stuff, I was just kind of... Not your deal. Not really interested in. Yeah. So. Yeah, I understand that. But yeah, I think it at least wasn't offensive. It didn't... I don't feel like it hurt the legacy of Hocus Pocus at all. And I think it'll make a lot of people happy. Yeah, and it had seeing them again. A lot of cute little callbacks and stuff. So it was fine. Yeah. And then, of course, at the very end, there was an after credits. There was a post-credits scene where credits... I don't know why I said it that way. It's a post-credits scene. So it was Cobweb walking around in the museum, and he jumps up onto a shelf and curls up next to a box that says BF candle number 2. Yeah. So, no, it's another black flame candle. Because, it's like, you're not going to make a Hocus Pocus 3. I might. Who knows? Oh my gosh. Probably not with the Sanderson sisters. I was going to say, I don't know how you can do another one with them. I don't know. I feel like their story is complete. Revenge of Thackeray Peaks. Maybe we'll finally get to see what happened to those girls from the first movie. Maybe. But that's where I was also like, what side is Cobweb on? He's just curling up next to a black flame candle. He just wanted to show us all. Like, I could light this if I wanted to. It's like, well, we don't know. He might not be a virgin. Oh, that's true. That's true. Cobweb is a very handsome cat. He's probably been getting out there with the lady cats. Yep, that's probably true. He's a real tomcat. So, yeah. We'll see if that ever pays off into anything. I really don't know why they would. I figure if they do another Hocus Pocus, they might would focus. Oh God, why? They might would focus on the locusts, on the new coven. You know. Yeah, but that's not going to be as much fun. No, I could see him maybe making a TV show out of it or something. Yeah, Witches of Salem or something. Yeah, Hocus Pocus, Witches of Salem. Yeah, but who would the flame candle bring back? Well, I wouldn't do. I'm not saying they would do anything with the flame candle. It would just be some. They could do like a monster of the week kind of thing with the witches. Yeah. Oh, and we see that bird. That's true. So that bird was there. Maybe it'll be something there. And do you think that because she warned the Sanderson sisters not to cast that, do you think she lost her coven because she did that? Probably, because she was there by herself, and I think she had said something about her coven that she had lost it. So yeah, I think she probably did it. So maybe this is to bring them back. Or maybe they'll just go like, Teen Sandersons.
and their teen struggles as witches.
Gosh.
A prequel, a nice prequel.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I think they should stop it where it is.
Yes, I agree with that.
But it is Disney, so I would not be surprised if they tried to do some more.
I do wonder if Disney was just like, hey, just put in something just in case we want to do something else.
Yeah.
Because we like franchises.
True.
So, yeah, just do that. Do that for us.
Anyway.
Maybe they'll be in the MCU. Maybe it'll bring back the Scarlet Witch. Oh!
And now
even though she's not dead. Oh, wait, is she dead?
Well,
I can't remember.
At the end
she did pull down that thing on herself, right?
And she got crushed, but there was like a light that flew out from it, so it's like, is she really dead?
Right.
But if she's not, if she is dead, then yeah, they bring her back.
Let's bring her back.
And then Hocus Pocus is part of MCU.
Oh, maybe that Agatha show will bring in the Black Man Candle. Crossover. Yeah. Thackeray Binks in the MCU.
I hate this so much.
It's great. I love it. Let's go. Cobweb takes down Kang the Conqueror.
But he has to have the voice of James Marsden.
Yes.
I'm not watching it.
Jason Marsden.
I mean, I said James. There is a James Marsden. I would be okay with that too.
The voice of James Marsden, that'd be pretty cool too.
I'd be okay with either of those.
Yep. All right.
Oh, man.
So let's get to our spooky snack.
It's the spookiest.
Yes. Today we have Reese's football.
Spooky football. Yeah.
It's football season.
It is.
My enjoyment of fantasy football is scary.
Sure. So yeah, it's just Reese's cups shaped like football.
Any excuse to eat Reese's, I'm fine with.
Yeah, I'm just curious if it actually has the
laces,
or not. Yeah, I don't think it will because that one doesn't.
Yeah,
it's probably just gonna look like an egg.
Yeah.
It's just a Reese's egg.
It's gonna be a longer Reese's egg, yeah.
A more oblong Reese's egg.
Yeah.
But you know what? I like Reese's eggs, so...
I like Reese's eggs as well.
I know that I'm not gonna be like, oh, this is gross.
It doesn't have laces. It's a 2.
I'm gonna have to give this a 4. No. I don't know what I usually give these.
I think we go pretty high.
We go pretty high on them because it is Reese's.
Yeah. It's
dang, those are huge.
I was guessing like 4 in there for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, but I looked at it as I was about to pull it out and I went, oh, it's a 2-pack.
Are no laces.
Nope, no laces.
That's a shame.
I guess I'm just going to have to try to go for a teeth some into it.
Yeah, like the vampire thing.
Yeah. I love that vampire commercial.
It was good, yeah. It's very inspiring. You're not going to believe this, but this is good.
Oh my gosh.
Surprise.
Yeah, of course it's good.
Oh, it's so good. I love you, Reese's.
I haven't had a Reese's in a while either.
That's good. Mm-hmm. Refreshing.
Yeah.
10.
I feel like I usually don't go with a 10 for Reese's.
I don't know why. I don't know why we don't.
I don't either. Because it's real good.
It is. And this is a good one to where it's like a good proportion of the peanut butter to the chocolate. It's pretty thick. It's thick.
It's thick. Yeah.
And I like it. I'm going to give it a 10.
Okay.
Because it's good. And it's got football. And I'm a boy.
Well, I guess I can only give it a 9 because it's got a football and I'm a girl and I don't understand sports.
Sports ball.
What's sports ball? What? Oh my gosh! They made a touchdown. Is that what it's called? I can't.
They
remember.
made a basket point.
Yay!
He doesn't like it. Well, are you really giving it a 9?
I'm gonna give it a 9.5. Just to be contrary.
You girl. I don't want to give it a 10.
It can't have a 10. No. Yeah. I'm in one of those moods today, too, apparently.
Well, when's your last baby day? How are you doing? I'm not talking...
Wait, what'd you say?
Let us know when you had your last baby day.
Oh, baby day. I was like, wait, what? Yeah, your last... I don't want to do anything.
What's the perfect Reese's shape? Cup, football, egg, pumpkin?
Pumpkins are good.
They are.
Do they have Christmas trees?
Yeah, trees.
Trees, yeah, thought so.
Candy canes.
They don't do candy canes.
I don't think they do.
Why don't they do candy canes?
One day, I imagine they will. They should just do all the shapes.
Do they do hearts?
Hearts, stars, and rainbows. Clovers and blues.
Let's just do a whole Lucky Charms line of Reese's.
Oh man, they should
Reese's
cross
Cups.
over with Lucky Charms. And instead of the cardboard cereal parts, make it all Reese's and then the marshmallows.
Okay. Because I was going to say, I thought you were going to say instead of the marshmallows, it was going to be Reese's. Because but the marshmallows are the good part about it.
That's true.
So why would you take the good part out and put good stuff in its place when you could just get rid of the gross part?
Nope.
Not that part's gross.
It is.
It's just not the best part.
Yeah. It's not great.
It's not great, exactly.
It's not. So
it's the cereal part, though.
Yes.
Just give me sugar. Just give me straight sugar. Just stick it in my veins.
Free base sugar.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Hocus Pocus movie? Did you like this one? Let us know on Twitter at HavingFunCast or on Facebook at HavingFunPod.
Or you can send us an email at havingfunpod@gmail.com. And you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel because we put we put a video. I mean,
It's the video pod.
It's the video version of the podcast, but you don't get to see us. It's just...
You can actually skip around the sections and stuff.
You can.
So that's nice.
So if you don't want to hear anything about...
I refuse to do it.
Okay. Yeah. Because if you don't want to hear anything about She-Hulk... If you don't want to hear anything about She-Hulk, if you just want to hear about Hocus Pocus 2, we put timestamps on there.
There you go. Let's go check it out. And go have fun, and we will see you next week.
And we'll see you next week.
Hey, you know, bye.
Bye.